With the Butt Kicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. Butt Kicker. The future is feeling.
The most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed, laser scan tracks, fully dynamic, real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $400,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
Welcome back. No, it's not deja vu. Picking up right where we left off last night here in Swift Motorsports, back at Atlanta Motor Speedway for the Performance Motorsports Truck Series Atlanta. 115 drivers already out on the track for their qualifying sessions. We'll have to see who goes top of the speed charts. Will anybody be able to top Jeff Glockner, who took the checkered flag last week? Will we be able to see Glockner do the same thing again? Michigan, Atlanta, 2 very different tracks. We'll have to wait and see whether or not Glockner's got what it takes to put that 24 back into victory lane. How you doing? How you feeling out there in TV land, race fans? Glad you could all join us here tonight on the Turn 3 Racing Network. As always, Dave in the Cave, bringing you all the calls from the track side. We'll go ahead and throw that qualifying information up for you to the left-hand side of your screen. There you go. You can follow along just like we do right here. And looks like we've got a little bit of a stack up, so we'll give it to you a little different way. There you can see right there, John McMillan Jr. That's right, Little John, back on the track in this truck series. I believe he will be running for a truck championship. We'll have to verify that a little bit later on throughout the season, see if that is true or not. Michael Madden, newcomer Madden, with a solid run here tonight. Great qualifying session, was inside the top 5. Quick time still belongs to Little John with Big Mac right behind him in that 51 machine. Man, I tell you what, the Mac attack at the front of this field with just about 2.5 minutes into this 5-minute qualifying session. Still have multiple drivers out there yet to put in their qualifying attempt. The 86 of Alan Young yet to go. Christopher Confer out on track. David Medina also in that 9. The 09 of Vadim Kosadoy still yet to put in his time lap in that Toyota Tundra. Adam Pettit gonna go top of the speed charts. Quick time for Pettit, 31:66. Man, I tell you what, ready to go back racing here at Atlanta Motor Speedway. What a race we had on our hands last night. Coming to the checkered flag, it was some moving and shaking is what we'll call it. Alan Young, how about that? Goes third on the speed charts. He's going to get dropped back one more spot by Greg Olenek in that 18 Ford F-150. So the Fords showing some speed here tonight. We've got one on pole and one back in third. Rhett Tucker in the field here tonight. He's driving a Ford F-150. John Herdzik yet to put in his qualifying lap. He is in a Ford as well. 22 drivers with a time lap. Looks like we've got just a handful of drivers yet to put down their qualifying attempt. There you can see Jeff Gluckner just inside the top 15. Struggling for speed here. Was not in one of those top spots in happy hour. So Gluckner behind the 8 ball just a little bit with Adam Pettit taking the pole position here tonight. We're going to step away for a brief moment, head down trackside for the national anthem. So don't go anywhere, race fans. We'll be right back.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly wailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rackets regular, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
Yes, sir. Jets flying over. What a way to kick things off here tonight for 115 laps around Hot Atlanta here in the Performance Motorsports Truck Series, brought to you by Swift. Right here on the Turn 3 Racing Network, drivers making their final round through pre-race inspection. So I tell you what, let's go ahead and run down some of the official business before we fire things off here tonight with your starting lineup. Right here coming into tonight's race after only one race in the books this season, Jeff Gluckner leads Jeff Snyder, John Herzig, good run last week, rounding out the podium spots. Adam Pettit, your pole sitter here tonight, sits in fourth in the point standings. Kevin Haas, David Medina, Lee Staples, Tommy Holt, John McMillan Sr., David Cameron round out your top 10 coming into tonight's race. Race number 2 in season number 3 for the Swift Motorsports Butt Kicker Performance Truck Series. Man, I tell you what, it is going to be one heck of a race. Look for these drivers to be fighting a loose condition off of the corner exits over the course of a run. And, well, we haven't checked back with the weather report. Let's get a real quick rundown. Track temperature, 123. Oh, boy. That is, that's going to be a tough one to deal with. Drivers going to be slipping and sliding out there on a track that's already very abrasive on the tires. You can put a lot of wear in that right rear if you're not careful. If you abuse the tires in the early part of a run, you are going to pay the price later on. And we seen some tire strategy come into play last night in the Swift Motorsports Butt Kicker Ayers Eye Racing Paints Harker Menard Series. We've seen some tire strategy come into play throughout the race. We've seen some craziness at the end. What will these drivers do tonight on track? How will they get up through the gears as we get set to go green flag racing for the first time here? You can hear those familiar bells ringing in the background. It's time to run down tonight's starting lineup for race number 2 here at Atlanta Motor Speedway in the Swift Motorsports Butt Kicker Performance Truck Series, the 58 out of Revved Racing. Adam Pettit takes the top spot. Quick time in qualifying, 31:66. Pettit will lead the field off the starting grid. Just to his outside, making a big return to the track, the 15 of Little John McMillan Jr. Row number 2 here tonight, the 86 of Alan Young, followed by the 99 of Rhett Tucker. Greg Olenek going to round out your top 5, and just to his outside, the 77 of John Peel. Big Mac John McMillan Sr. in the 51 going to start in 7th tonight. 8th place newcomer here in the Performance Truck Series, the 20 of Michael Madden. Row number 5, the 16 of Sean Kozer, and rounding out your top 10 here for race number 2 at Atlanta Motor Speedway and Swift Motorsports Butt Kicker Performance Truck Series. That'll be the Texas native, the 5 of Lee Staples. 34 of Jeff Green will slot in that 11th starting spot. David Cameron in 12th, just to his outside. Row number 7 here tonight, the 9 of David Medina, followed by the 09 of Vadim Kosadoy. Jeff Gluckner, Nathan Rogi in the 25 machine, gonna slot in that the 16th position outside row number 8. Row number 9 tonight, the 88 of Kevin Haas, followed by that 97 of Colby Crow. Brian Jablowski in the 07, gonna line up in 19th. Christopher Confer just to his outside. Stephen Ayers Jr. and Tommy Holt back in row number 11. Row number 12 here tonight, the 91 of Rob Green. John Herzig gonna line up just to his outside, and I do believe Jeff Snyder will. Well, no, I don't believe Jeff Snyder's actually going to be in the field. I believe he is joining race control up there in the booth. Justin Gann, Gary Wells in the control booth here tonight. Big tip of the cap to them in all they do here tonight and each and every night up there in race control, keeping these drivers straight. Field makes their way off of turn 4. We're ready to go green flag racing for the first time here tonight. from Atlanta Motor Speedway under the sun. Track is hot. We're ready to go. Green flag racing this time. There you can see Upstate Al Smith's got the green flag in hand, waiting for him to drop it and set this field ablaze. Field off of 4, and green flag flies for the first time here tonight at Atlanta Motor Speedway. Everybody gets up through the years. Pettit leads the field down into turn 1. Battle right there. Second position on track. Alan Young, John McMillan Jr. battling for that second spot for the time being. Rhett Tucker now taking a look at the inside of McMillan Jr. He's getting freight trained right now on that outside lane. John McMillan Jr. not having a very good start. John Peel up into 5th. Greg Olenek right there as well. Top 4 drivers under a blanket right now, heading across the start-finish line. They're going to stay all packed up, running with each other, jockeying, battling for those positions still side by side. Alan Young in that 86 machine against that Ford F-150 of Rhett Tucker down to the bottom. Single file running after that. You can see John Pill, Greg Olenek, Michael Madden, John McMillan Sr., Lee Staples, all nose to tail, packed up behind this 4-truck breakaway at the front of the field, side by side for the top spot. Alan Young looks to the bottom. Can he take the spot away from the 58? Headed up the track, trying to keep the momentum. Here comes the 99, looking to go 3 wide. No door. Gonna get closed there. Gonna stay 2 wide for that second position as the 99 of Rhett Tucker look to go to the high side. Look to make it 3 wide. Looks to do it again here. Coming off of 4. It's gonna funnel down. Not gonna have enough room. He's gonna get a big run off of 4. Here comes Rhett Tucker to battle for that top spot. Side by side racing action for that top spot. Rhett Tucker, Adam Pettit, your pole sitter right there, going down the back stretch. Drag race towards turn number 3. Advantage right now to Tucker with the momentum on the high side. He's going to complete the pass. Power move, new race leader. The 99 of Rhett Tucker, and it looks like that 07 may have had some trouble. Looks like Brian Jablonski may have had some trouble. Looks like he is a little bit off pace out there. Has the ship righted, headed in the right direction, back up through the gears and getting back up to speed, but he was down under 100 miles an hour, so a little bit of a stroke of bad luck early here tonight for that 07 and his crew. And if you want to have it happen, I guess you want to have it happen early. That way you do have the entire race to try to overcome that situation, but you never really want to have a bad moment anyway. I mean, nobody does. Just happens sometimes. Rhett Tucker with the race lead now. Adam Pettit under fire from Alan Young once again. That's going to be a battle for the second position instead of the top spot as Young drops to the bottom of the 86. He'll pull side by side through 3 and 4. Not going to be able to pull that pass off the 58 of Pettit. Going to stay in second. Going to jump around just a little bit here as there's multiple battles on the speedway. John McMillan Sr. right here battling with Lee Staples. That 5 machine tucked up just behind him. Sean Kozier right there as well, rounding out your top 10 as they run on the track right now. Jeff Gluckner, how about last week's race winner? He has got some trouble. He has got some issues. Back running, mired in traffic in the 18th position, dropping 3 spots from where he started tonight's race. So Glockner falling through the field, trying to repeat, just as Jason Branch did in the Butt Kicker Airs iRacing Paints Orca Menard Series. These 2 opening week races in season number 3 for the Swift Motorsports stable of drivers. Gonna be a tall task at hand. Glockner's got to get that thing going the opposite direction. Speaking of going the opposite direction, we'll go back the other way, back towards the front of the field. Rhett Tucker has not been able to drive away. Adam Pettit holding on to that second spot. Alan Young all over his rear bumper as they make their way off of the corner exit of 2 down the backstretch into 3 now. Drivers all stacked up with each other as they run right now. First, second, third, all within 0.3 of a second of each other. A little bit of a blink. They're out of your race leader. We've seen a little bit of a flash. Looks like we've got another battle out there on our hands. Why don't we go take a look at this one involving John Peel, that 7 machine, looking to try to get up there and see if he can't take a spot away from the 20 of Michael Madden. There you can see that white and, well, I don't know. Is that turquoise? That might be turquoise and plum. I don't know. Still looks pretty sharp. Ford F-150 of Michael Madden right there running just outside of your top 5, running in the 6th position, has the 77 of John Peel all over him right now. Peel looking to try to back up last night's run with a solid run here tonight once again at Atlanta Motor Speedway. And how about Rogie? Rogie in the 25 truck. He had a solid run last night in the ARCA cars here at Atlanta Motor Speedway in the Ayers iRacing Paints ARCA Menard Series. Finished second last night to Jason Branch. Can he have another solid podium run here in the trucks at Atlanta? Has quite a bit of laps on his in that seat already here. A lot of track time for a few of these drivers running both last night and tonight. As that battle at the front of the field still has not went away, but it is now a 2-truck battle once again. Adam Pettit chasing down Rhett Tucker. Pettit gonna look to the bottom as they go to 1. Does he have the run? The 99 gonna keep it high side. Keeping that RPM up, keeping the momentum off of 2. Gonna drag race down the back stretch for that top spot. Still racing it out. That 99 of Tucker way up the track. Ford versus Ford for the top 2 spots on the track. Still side by side. Advantage gonna go to Tucker back at the line once again. How about we go high above the track here? Let's go with one of our turn 3 drone cams. Follow this action all the way around the track. '99 with a little bit of an advantage now, utilizing that high side, utilizing the run, able to drive it a little bit further off into the corner, able to get back to the gas just a little bit more, and able to keep that momentum built up, able to keep himself in that top spot, but still side by side racing right now. Rhett Tucker looks to try to keep that top spot. Tucker ran very well last night, had some unfortunate circumstances towards the end of the race, put him down a lap, and was actually down 2 laps, never quite able to recover. Tucker got himself back on the lead lap, back inside the top 10. So look for that 99 Ford F-150 to be pretty strong here tonight as well. Adam Pettit going to give up the fight for just a minute. These two have stepped away to almost a 2-second advantage over John McMillan Jr. There you can see John Jr. sitting in that 3rd spot. He's got Greg Oldnick, John Peel, Michael Madden all right there breathing down his neck. Somebody going to be there very soon for that 3rd spot. Bounce around the track just a little bit when we have some more racing action to bring you. John Peel still sitting in that 5th position, looking for more. The 18 down on the bottom of the track, looking for a spot on John McMillan Jr. McMillan Jr. going to keep that for the time being. Back in 8th place, though, there was a pass. David Medina got by John McMillan Sr. Nathan Rogie also making a pass on Sean Kozier for the 10th spot just 2 laps ago. So Rogie's making his way towards the front now, breaks into the top 10. 18 laps into tonight's 115 official race distance These drivers have been clean and green the whole time. Will we see, oh, in the 77 with some big trouble. He's off the track. Tell you what, we stay green flag racing, but let's check that out real quick. Let's see what happened here. And it looks like maybe just actually pulling over there. Not quite sure what that one's all about, but nonetheless, we'll stay green flag racing after that little close one. Nathan Rogie right here with the 91 on the side of the car, listed as the 25 on the timing and scoring. And John Peel, indeed, he has lost power. Electrical issues over there for that 77 crew. Brought the truck to a grinding halt back to pit road, and immediately the hood goes up back behind pit wall. You can see engineers and crew chiefs down there, car chief as well, over there shaking their heads, not sure what they need to do, and they're going to continue to try to troubleshoot that one. We'll see if that 77 can't get back out there on the track. Back at the front, though, these two drivers still going at it. Rhett Tucker commanding the race. Adam Pettit, your pole sitter, right behind him. Alan Young making a pass on John Herzig for the 19th spot. What happened to Young? Looking through timing and scoring, not seeing any major incidents there for that 86. And he was battling up inside of that top 10. That top 5, I do believe, actually. And, yeah, just, I am not sure. What I am sure about, though, right here, these two drivers still giving this side-by-side racing action. And if that ain't worth a thumbs up, I don't know what is, man. He is getting the job done out there on the high side. Rhett Tucker holding it high side and handsome, trying to make his way off of 2 now, back down the backstretch. Advantage to that top side. Adam Pettit not giving up, not giving way. And as these two drivers continue this tight battle, John McMillan Jr. has been able to step away from that pack of hungry drivers right behind him. He's got his truck now just a half a second back from Pettit, so McMillan Jr. gonna join this battle at the front for your top 3 positions on track. Biggest mover of the race so far here tonight, the 7 Ford F-150 piloted by Tommy Holt. He's back in the 14th position, started outside of your top 20. Side-by-side battle for the race lead. Once again, the 58 to the bottom. He's got it. He's got the momentum at the line. Lap gonna go to Pettit. 4th different lead change against 2 drivers. These two gonna go at it some more. I can guarantee it. They're still side by side. This has been side by side racing for at least 10 to 15, at least 10 laps, possibly closing in on about 15 laps. And they are continuing to go side by side. And that's going to continue to bring John McMillan Jr., Greg Oldennick right there as well. He's slowly closing in the distance. Michael Madden beginning to lap around the track just a tick faster than your top 2 drivers as they continue to run side by side. And those Ford F-150s, man, it's a Ford roadblock here at Atlanta Motor Speedway. And maybe we're seeing a trend right here. 4 out of your top 5 trucks out on track are Ford F-150s. One Chevy breaking them up right there in the 3rd position, John McMillan Jr. Then you got to go back to 6 to find your next Chevy Silverado, piloted by the 5 of Lee Staples, David Medina Sr. First Toyota Tundra up in the field. He's up in the 7th position. Tommy Holt gonna come to pit road for the first time. Is this the first round of green flag pit stops? Lee Staples in the 5 machine gonna break for pit road this time by as well. Looks like that is a scheduled pit stop. So both Tommy Holt and Lee Staples going ahead, bringing their cars down pit road. They've got a fuel strategy in mind, and it looks like they're going to stick with it. Down and away goes Tommy Holt after only spending 8.8 seconds in his pit box. Looks like it was right sides in fuel as the 99 brakes for pit road hard. That's going to leave Adam Pettit no choice but to stay out one more lap. He's going to have John McMillan Jr., Greg Olnick right there behind him. Nathan Rogie, Kevin Haas, David Cameron, Jeffrey Green to pit road that time by with Rhett Tucker as Tucker peeled off the track with the race lead. That leaves it to the 58 of Adam Pettit. What does Pettit do? Does he stay out one more lap, or does he bring it down pit road this time by? Looks like he's going to keep it wound up and out there on the track at least for one more lap. David Medina Sr., Colby Crow, Jeff Glockner to pit road this time by. Jeffrey Green, David Cameron making their way off of pit road. Brian Jablonski makes his way out of his box and back onto pit road once again. Back out onto the track once again. Adam Pettit, big moment for Olnick. May have had a little bit of contact there. He was sideways coming to pit road. John McMillan Sr. takes over the race lead. That's going to be our third different leader with our fifth different lead change here tonight. Kosher, Confer, Allen Young all to pit road this time by, so that leaves just one driver out there yet to make his green flag pit stop. That is your race leader, the 51 of John McMillan Sr., and he's going to peel off and head to pit road this time by. That should put the field back in the hands of this man right here, the 99 of Rhett Tucker, and he is going to have quite an advantage over his closest competitors. There you can see him going by John McMillan Sr. now making his way by Adam Pettit, as Pettit still getting up to speed over 30 miles an hour slower, now down to just 20 miles an hour slower. But look at that gap, upwards of 2 seconds and growing off of 4. And it looks like those 2-lap fresher tires makes all the world of difference. Rhett Tucker now making his way into some of the back markers here. I believe that is, I believe that was the 77 of Peel right there. We'll have to double check that number. Yes, it was the 77 of John Peel, able to get himself back out there on the track after the electrical issue. The 99 now looking to put a handful of drivers a few more laps down. 25 drivers took to tonight's starting lineup. We've still got all 25 running on track right now, being scored with 18 drivers left on the lead lap, but it's going to be pretty close because John McMillan Sr., I believe he will drop a lap this time by. So yes, gonna give us just 17 drivers left on this lead lap. Your race leader, Rhett Tucker, has stepped off to a 2.5-second race advantage. Battle for the second spot right here unfolding. Adam Pettit dealing with John McMillan Jr., dealing with some lap traffic out there as well. And as that battle kind of fades a little bit, why don't we get to this battle that's beginning to develop? There you can see that 91 truck of Nathan Rogie being scored as a 25 on our timing and scoring. Sitting just in front of Lee Staples. Staples back there in that 5 machine. We do have one lap car in between these two drivers. Just off in front of Rogie, David Medina Sr. running in that 5th spot. He's just a half a second in front. Michael Madden right there just in front of David Medina That's 4th and 5th on the track. We've got 3 Fords, 1 Chevy, 1 Toyota in your top 5. So it looks like the fuel window somewhere between lap 26 and lap 31 is how far John McMillan Sr. stretched this one. So that's good for these drivers to know they are going to have to make at least 2 more pit stops. And, well, I mean, the fuel strategy and the tire strategies are all going to go out the window if we get one of those caution flags here tonight. So far have been clean and green all 36 laps right here from Atlanta Motor Speedway as your race leader, Rhett Tucker, leads the field down the backstretch with a 2.5 second race advantage. We're going to step away for a brief commercial break. Don't go anywhere, race fans. You won't miss any of the action as we go swift side by side. And back as promised, not missing any of the action as we ride on board with that 25 truck of Nathan Rogie. And big moment there. Driver all sorts of out of shape. Alan Young also had some issues back on lap number 37. That has brought him to a crawl, fixing, beating, banging on that 86 machine. He falls back to the 25th position, down multiple laps here tonight. We will jump back outside the car once again, jump around the track just a little bit, trying to bring you some of the battles out here as Colby Crow lined up with Kevin Haas and David Cameron. There you can see that 9 of David Medina Sr., your highest running Toyota Tundra out there on the track tonight. The 9 sitting last driver inside the top 5. He's up 8 positions. David Cameron in the 10, looking to put that 10 Thrustmaster truck up a little higher in the finishing order than last night's race. Had a little bit of a rough go at it here at Atlanta Motor Speedway last night in the Ayers iRacing Paints Arc Menard Series. And how about this man, the 24 of Jeff Gluckner? He's made a big recovery here, knocking on the door of a top 10. He now runs in the 11th spot, looking to go back-to-back race-winning weekends, just like Jason Branch did in the ARCA Series. Can Gluckner make it back-to-back in the trucks? Just about a third of the way through tonight's race, and if you haven't already, race fans, toss these drivers a thumbs up, click subscribe, and smash that bell over there on the right-hand side, getting notified anytime we go live here on the Turn 3 Racing Network, whether it's myself, Dave in the Cave, or anybody else back the Turn 3 headquarters. We do appreciate each and every one of you, each and every time you stop by, whether you're just sliding through to say hey, or you are the dedicated fan, friend, family, or maybe even sponsor coming to check out the product right here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. We do appreciate each and every one of you. And with that being said, toss these drivers a thumbs up. Watching the battle on track unfold between Jeff Gluckner. Looks like that 24 running the kind of the middle to high lane here. He's got a few of the back markers running in line with him. There you can see that 97 of Colby Crow. That is a spot on track, but John McMillan Sr., one of the back markers, down one lap here after extending the run for that first green flag pit stop. John McMillan Sr. now finds himself back in traffic with fresh tires, but tough to get through the traffic. As there you can see, I believe that is the 91 or the 18, can't quite tell, right behind him. I believe that is the 18 of Greg Olnick. Yes, it is. Olnick sitting back in the 11th position as now Gluckner up inside your top 10. David Cameron next on the list to fall victim to Gluckner as Gluckner continues his run to the front. Oh, looks like driver to pit road. Rob Green brings the 91 Ford F-150 down to pit road. The 12 of John Herdzik also coming to pit road here. Early pit stops here around lap number 48 tonight. So Herdzik and Green to pit road for what appears to be scheduled stops. John Peel also bringing his machine down to pit road that time by. How about back at the front, new race leader Adam Pettit right there. No, Adam's been the race leader. What am I talking about? There you can see that 15 of John McMillan Jr. That's a battle for the second spot between Rhett Tucker and John McMillan Jr. I thought it was a battle for the top spot there for a moment. I can count, I promise. After one, there's one. Oh, let me start over. 1 plus side-by-side racing action. Now they'll go back single file. The 15 of John McMillan Jr. giving up the fight for the time being. He's going to look back to the bottom of the track through 3 and 4. Not going to have quite the wiggle. Big wiggle there for Rhett Tucker out of 4. That's going to allow John McMillan Jr. to get a little bit of a run. He'll pull even as they head back into one side-by-side for second and third on the track. Greg Olnick and Jeff Gluckner, they're battling for the 10th and 11th position on track. Back and forth, swapping that second spot. The 15 and the 99 going at it as we close in on the second round of green flag pit stops here tonight. Lap number 50 on the board. Race leader will cross the line to begin lap number 51. Out of the 115 scheduled in tonight's official race distance, Adam Pettit had over a 2-second race advantage. That has dwindled away by about 0.6 of a second. Still commanding a 1.7 race advantage over Rhett Tucker and John McMillan Jr. as these two drivers continue to battle this out on track. We'll check out this battle for a little bit longer, see if it sorts itself out, as we've got another battle on the track underway right now between Olnick, Cameron, and Gluckner. Those three drivers all over each other as well. Tell you what, let's go check out this battle for the time being. Olnick's going to slot himself up into that 9th position. Lee Staples going to break from that 6th position down to pit road. He'll bring the 5 down for service. And it looks like Colby Crow had some troubles, had some issues. Herdzik also with an extended stay on pit road. So both that 12 and 97 with some pit road woes. And they will drop multiple laps down now on this field. Jeffrey Green to pit road this time by. Your top 11 stay out on track. And as we watch this three-car battle kind of dissipate, kind of go away, the battle for that second spot has not went anywhere. Rhett Tucker still with second. Whoa, bit of a moment there. Big time moment, big time save for David Cameron. That could have went wrong as he was all sorts of out of shape there on the front stretch. He's going to right the ship, corral that truck, and head back down the backstretch. A lot of time given up. Rhett Tucker still keeps that second spot, though. He's got John McMillan Sr. tucked in right behind him. When will these drivers come to pit road? Those two lap fresher tires beginning to really show here for Adam Pettit, as well as John McMillan Jr. down there on the bottom of the track, making it work as, Tucker sideways through 1 and 2. He's going to give up the spot. He's going to lose some ground. No, going to keep it powered up. He'll stay just to that outside rear quarter panel, not allow the 15 to come up the track just yet. Now it looks like John McMillan Jr. going to make that pass, slides up in front of him off of turn number 4. And that should put that 15 in a position where he may be able to get a little bit of a gap over Rhett Tucker here as they get set and ready to go for their second round of green flag pit stops. Jablonski from the 11th position. He makes his way down to pit road in the 07. And just noticing it now over there on the timing and scoring, not sure why 18 and 19th is not showing up. Has the drivers there listed, but the numerical value is not over there on the left-hand side of that. So we'll have to take a little look-see in that. We'll also have to clean up a few things on that overlay. Have a few drivers highlighted in blue and red. We'll get that all fixed out so everything matches back up once again. These drivers making their first appearance this season, so unfortunately not having the right colors encoded in the programming. Tucker gonna break for pit road. Rogie gonna join him. There you can see that 25 machine coming to pit road just behind him. Both of them down onto pit road with what seemed like no problems. Adam Pettit now with a 2.1 second advantage over John McMillan Jr. Michael Madden right there running in third. Now, what will this 58 do? Will he go ahead and bring it down to pit road this time by with a 2-second gap, or will he run it out? No, he's going to go ahead, bring it down pit road. Here comes John McMillan Jr. Big run into pit road. He gets it woed up. Great run into the pits. Medina back in that Toyota Tundra. He had a good run at it. New race leader for the first time here tonight. The 20 of Michael Madden goes to the top of the board. We've got 4 different race leaders with 7 lead changes here tonight from Atlanta Motor Speedway as drivers have crossed that halfway threshold. It's time to run this thing on down to the end. Who's going to get the job done? Will it be one of the dominating trucks here tonight? Adam Pettit as well as Rhett Tucker. Both of those drivers very dominant here tonight. We'll have to see how that domination fares for the rest of the night. We're going to have our 5th different race leader now as Greg Olnick going to stay out on the track. He'll get a bonus point for leading a lap, and the most laps led, that's going to be highly contested here, because both Rhett Tucker as well as Adam Pettit, both of those drivers have led a handful of laps. And what has happened to Rhett Tucker? Tucker being scored off of the lead lap, while Adam Pettit already being scored back into that second position as Olnick going to bring himself down to pit road. What happened here to Rhett Tucker? Looking at the timing and scoring charts, we're not seeing anything malicious. Nothing sticking out, nothing standing out. Red Tucker drops all the way outside of your top 15, all the way off of the lead lap, down one lap here after battling for that top spot with Adam Pettit. Also a hot and heated battle there for a handful of laps between himself and John McMillan Jr. Now Pettit coast clear, nobody in front. He's got the clean air. He looks to gap the field a little bit more here. Lee Staples with a great undercut strategy. He sits 3.5 seconds behind your race leader, Staples. Now running in second, Michael Madden right there in the third position. What happened to John McMillan Jr.? Looks like he was in the box for quite some time. Had to take an extended stay, it looks like, on the pit road. Looks like a speeding penalty for both himself as well as Rhett Tucker. That's what dropped Tucker off of the lead lap. Tough break for both of those drivers. They're going to have a lot to overcome, and Tucker is going to need one of those cautions just like he needed a caution last night. Tucker back behind the 8 ball now after leading a handful of laps tonight. Adam Pettit went back to the top of the charts. That's going to give us our 9th different lead change amongst 5 different drivers here tonight, but we've still got one round of green flag pit stops to make it through. Drivers cannot get to the end right here on fuel. They're going to have to make one more pit stop somewhere right around that lap 90 mark, and that's going to give them about 25 laps to go on the tires. Is anybody going to stretch this thing out and play it backwards? Almost like a road course. Come as soon as that 30-lap window opens up and run those fresh tires as hard as you can as these drivers are making it towards the tail end. John McMillan Sr. on the pit road now after staying out an extended stay all the way to lap 65. Senior are already being scored off of the lead lap, and he is going to drop back a second lap now, possibly even a third by the time he gets done with his pit stop and back up to speed and on the track. John McMillan Jr. sitting back 2 laps. We'll keep an eye on it as your race leader, Adam Pettit, going to make his way through 3 and 4. Out and up to speed. Here comes John McMillan Sr. trying to get up to speed. He's going to lose a 3rd lap. Race strategy not panning out here for John McMillan Sr. He'll lose a 3rd lap to the race leader, Adam Pettit, who now has a 6-second advantage over Michael Madden, who just got by Lee Staples a handful of laps ago, and Staples falling to the wayside. Look at this. That 5 has got David Medina in the 9 Toyota Tundra right behind him. Closing in fast is Medina, and I tell you what, we've got an onboard. Why don't we go take a ride with that Toyota Tundra driver, David Medina Sr., around Atlanta Motor Speedway. Now down to the inside of Staples. Staples gonna yield that position without any fight. Medina Sr. now into the 3rd and final podium spot. He's looking to try to run down that 20 truck of Michael Madden there. You can see him just off in the distance. He's got to make it around the back marker of the 31, as well as I believe that is the 51 of John McMillan Sr. on those fresher tires. Medina Sr. coming through the field. As we close in on 70 laps into tonight's 115 lap official race distance, going to do a little bit of house cleaning here for you tonight. 25 drivers took to the starting grid. We have still got 24 drivers out there on track. Alan Young being listed as the only driver out of tonight's race, going to finish back in the 25th position, but we have only got 11 drivers left on the lead lap. The 10 of David Cameron listed as the last driver on the lead lap. Christopher Confer in the 61 machine listed as the first driver off of the lead lap, 1 lap down. A lot of other drivers joining him 1 lap down, all the way down to Rhett Tucker in that 99 machine, the Ford F-150 sitting in that 15th position. He had some troubles on pit road, just like he had last night. Pit road is come up to bite Tucker 2 races in a row. And well, while we've got the field stacked out, why don't we go ahead and get a little closer to the action, bring you some highlights and spotlights, your top 5 as they run, coming across the stripe at lap number 70, leading this field out of Kansas, the 58 of Adam Pettit. Back in the second position right here, newcomer to Swift Motorsports Butt Kicker Performance Truck Series. Right there, man, inside of that 20 machine, Michael Madden running strong. Big gap back to the driver running in that third position. There you can see the Orlando, Florida native. David Medina Sr. has that 9 Toyota Tundra sitting in that third and final podium position. Back running in the fourth spot, losing a little bit of ground there. You can see him making his way into the picture, and by now, that 5 of Lee Staples sits in fourth. Another newcomer to the series, Nathan Rogie, sits in that final top 5 position. So the 25 looking good here tonight for the second night in a row here at Atlanta Motor Speedway in the Swift Motorsports Butt Kicker Performance Truck Series. Do want to take a moment to mention this about Rogie. He is your biggest mover of the race, up 11 positions from where he started tonight. Now running in that 5th position, started outside of your top 15. Great run out of that 25. We'll jump back a little bit more on the track. Look at this little scrum of cars going on. You've got the 24 of Jeff Gluckner, Greg Olnick right there. That's a battle for position on the track. 24 in that iRacing Drivers World. Woo, moves up the track. 18 of Olnick going to look to do the same. That's the 16 lined up just behind him. Sean Kozier 1 lap down from these drivers, battling it out for position on track. And there you can see, I believe that is the 61 of Christopher Confer. Confer listed as 1 lap down. Still utilizing that draft, though. The 24 of Gluckner looks to pull himself around the track just a little bit. The Moo and Brew 18 Ford F-150 looks to the bottom of the track. Slide job right in front of Gluckner. Olnick gonna take that 8th spot away. This is one of your only battles on track, so we're going to stay right here with this one. Adam Pettit has stepped out to a 6.6 second advantage. Michael Madden with almost a 2-second advantage over David Medina Sr., who has almost 4 seconds over Nathan Rogie, who's going to battle with Lee Staples here momentarily. Staples closing back in after losing some ground here. May have been taking it a little bit easy on those tires. I tell you what, let's stay with this battle, as it's going to be for a spot inside of that top 5, 4th and 5th to be exact. And John McMillan Jr., he's back up in the mix. He's now running back in that 6th spot. He's looking to take a spot inside the top 5. David Cameron as well as Chris Confer to pit road this time by. Looks like Confer had an off-track incident, and that's why he is off. Lee Staples coming to pit road early here. Not sure about this fuel strategy call. He's going to come down to pit road. Adam Pettit continues to lead. That battle going to dissipate, going to go away. Michael Madden still sitting in second. David Medina Sr. still in third. Into the box, no problems for Staples. We'll jump back outside the track, outside of pit road here with Jeff Gluckner in the 24 as he sits in the 8th position. Now here comes that battle towards the front. Michael Madden gonna have to deal with Medina here very shortly, as we've got some lap traffic trying to make their way up and around these drivers at the front. 20 going to move right on out the way, let those drivers right on by. He'll continue this fight now with that 9 machine of Medina Sr., who is just behind John McMillan Sr. 51 going to look to the high side. No, now back to the bottom. Running his line, running his lap. That 20 of Michael Madden may find himself in a little bit of a precarious situation. And there you see, gonna have to leave that door open on the entry to turn number 3 here. And that very well may be enough to let that 9 of Medina up and around him, up into that spot. No, they're gonna chop the nose off of that 51. Close battle here now, right here at the line for second and third on the track. The 20 of Madden to the outside, Medina Sr. on the bottom. So close, the racing action right here. Just 36 laps remaining here tonight as that 20 of Michael Madden's going to keep the spot for the time being. They'll stay stacked up side by side as they make their way off of turn number 3 back through the tri-oval once again. The 7 with a big run on the outside. That is Tommy Holt. Holt getting himself up and around these drivers, battling for a spot on the track. Adam Pettit still leads this field by 7.3 seconds. No trouble at all for your race leader, and you want to see what clean air looks like. It looks like that. You can see it in the windshield. Also, take a look up there in the top right-hand side of your screen. I'll tell you what, we'll get rid of that graphic for you one quick time. Nobody in that rear view mirror. That is what you like to see as a race car driver at the front of the field. Nobody to challenge, nobody to worry about. Adam Pettit looks to close in on leading the most laps tonight after walking away with the pole position. Quick time tonight, 31:66. We'll see if anybody has cracked that time on the track, and it doesn't look like anybody going that fast under green flag conditions. So fast time on the speedway tonight coming in, qualifying for your pole sitter, the 58 of Adam Pettit. Jeffrey Green to pit road that time by. When will your race leader make his final stop of the night, his third and final green flag stop? Well, we assume it will be green flag, as we have had a very long race here. Nothing but green flag running right here in the Swift Motorsports Butt Kicker Performance Truck Series. You can find it each and every Tuesday night right here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. Just go ahead, give these drivers a thumbs up, click subscribe, and smash that bell over there on the right-hand side. Get notified anytime we go live, and you won't have to worry about when, because you'll know each and every time we go live here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. Tons of great racing action all week long. No excuses to not be watching some great racing. You've got multiple different series, multiple different styles right here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. So if you haven't already, head on over to YouTube. Check us out, Turn 3 Racing Network. You can also find us on Facebook.com over there, Turn 3 Racing Network on Twitch. Follow us, like us, subscribe. Come get some great racing action each and every night right here with the Turn 3 Racing Network. Lap 86 on the board, and no battles to speak of on the track. Everybody with at least a second and a half advantage over the drivers they are running around. So we will just stay cued in on your race leader right here, Adam Pettit, in that Ford F-150. He's been strong all night long. Took that pole position here tonight and has, well, dominated ever since the exit of Rhett Tucker. Tucker having an unfortunate pit road incident once again here tonight from Atlanta Motor Speedway. And there you can see Tucker sitting outside of your top 10, running in 11th. The third driver, a one lap down. He is one of the fastest drivers out there on track, so look for him to try to make up some more time. Nathan Rogie and Jeff Gluckner to pit road this time by for what should be their final green flag. The pit stops. When will this 58 of Adam Pettit bring his Ford F-150 down to pit road for the final time? There you can see the 97 of Colby Crow coming off of pit road, getting up to speed. 12 of John Hertzik trying to ride behind that 58, maybe learn a little bit of something, maybe pick up at least a position or two before the end of this one. He's got to make up an entire lap as your race leader. Pettit pulls from the track to pit lane. John McMillan Jr., David Medina Sr., and Kevin Haas already down onto pit road. Michael Madden going to go to the top of the speed charts once again. He'll take command of the race. That's going to give us our 10th different lead exchange here tonight amongst 5 different drivers. The 20 now leads this race. Adam Pettit, Greg Olnick, both to pit road that time by. So if the 20 stays out right here, if he stays out, and it looks like he is slowing on track, so he is not going to stay out, not going to put the rest of the field down a lap. Adam Pettit keeps himself on the lead lap. Greg Olnick keeps himself on the lead lap. Lee Staples now makes his way back onto the lead lap. And this is going to be an interesting little one right here because Adam Pettit's still up to speed. And here comes Lee Staples, full throttle off of turn number 2. It's going to get close. Pettit and Staples going to battle with each other. There you can see that 58. Look for the 5 to shoot into your screen. Close racing action by some back markers, and here comes Staples on the bottom, 3 wide as Lee Staples threads the needle on the bottom of the speedway. He's going to look to see if he can't grab that 58. Not going to get there. Michael Madden going to lose at least 1 position, maybe even 2 on this green flag pit stop exchange. David Cameron getting by Vadim Kosaroy back there for the last spot inside the top 10. Quiet night for both of those truck drivers. Kosaroy now outside of your top 10, looking in, still up 3 positions from where he started tonight's race, back in the 14th spot. And now after the final round of green flag pit stops, we have got 11 drivers, I apologize, left on the lead lap. Tommy Holt being scored as the first driver, 1 lap down. We'll check back in with your race leader. There you can see 1.5 seconds, and growing is that gap. Staples has himself a 1.5 second advantage over Michael Madden. He was having a solid debut race. Can that 20 make it to a podium tonight? Nothing but green flag action so far here tonight. So as these drivers continue to race it on out, we're going to step away for just a brief commercial break, pay a few bills, catch our breath for a moment. Don't go anywhere. You won't miss any of the action as we stay swift, side by side. trackside as promised, not missing any of the action. We stay green flag racing right here from Atlanta Motor Speedway in race number 2, season number 3 for Swift Motorsports Butt Kicker Performance Truck Series. 16 laps now remain for Adam Pettit in the 58 Ford F-150, dominating this run here after 3 cycles of green flag pit stops. Pettit has a 7-second advantage over Michael Madden. Madden running a solid second spot. He's got himself 3 seconds over David Medina Sr., his closest competitor. Medina with about a second and a half, almost 2 seconds over John McMillan Sr. As there you can see, Rogie looks to take some more spots. He's going to go around one of the back markers here. That's the 97 of Colby Crow, going to run the high side. Let the drivers have the preferred line. We'll jump back just a little bit, take a look at this 7 of Tommy Holt. Solid run here up inside the top 15, running 9 spots up from where he started tonight's race, outside of the top 20, now running in 13th. A little further back on track, the 77 of John Peel. After early electrical problems, he has got himself back up into oh my goodness, I about killed myself. Peel running back inside the top 20 after early electrical problems. He's down still 11 spots from where he started tonight's race, but soldiering on, making up a handful of points, really. With only 13 laps to go, only 8 drivers left on the lead lap as we watch this battle between John McMillan Jr. and some of these lap traffic machines. We'll jump back to your race leader as he crosses the line to begin lap number 12. Jeff Glockner, last week's race winner, last driver sitting on the lead lap right now, sitting back in that 8th position. Was battling for quite some time with the 18 Ford F-150 of Greg Olnick, but now that battle has went away. Watching as Lee Staples in the 5 tries to make up some ground, tries to make up some spots here. Staples made yet another pit stop back on lap number 92. Hoping for a late race caution, hoping to get himself a lucky dog and back onto the lead lap and be able to race this thing on out, maybe grab a spot or two. Staples gonna stay in 9th for the time being. Nathan Rogie right here running in the top 5. He's looking for some more spots on the track. Rogie entangled with a battle with some of the back markers here. There you can see that 10 of David Cameron, and I believe, tough to see the numbers on the side of that car, I believe that may be the 12 of Herdzik down there on the bottom of the track. Leader crossed the line that time by 105 laps are in the book. Just 10 laps to go here tonight from Atlanta Motor Speedway. Brian Jablonski, he's making up some ground on Sean Kosher. That's going to be a battle here momentarily. Tommy Holt in the 7 going to join that battle as well. That is a battle between back markers, multiple laps down, sitting 2 laps down to be exact. Tommy Holt's going to take that position. They'll swap it back and forth here, back to the front of this field with the 15 of John McMillan Jr. As he is. And check out the paint job on that machine right there, right in front of John McMillan Jr. We'll see if we can't get a look at it here. Not going to see it from that vantage point. We'll see if we can't get a look at that, man. The back end of that machine says lap traffic. That is classic. That is awesome. I don't think I have ever seen that in almost 4.5, almost 5 years of being on iRacing. I have yet to see lap traffic on the tail end of one of these trucks. That is pretty classic. 3 wide racing there between the back markers. It's going to go away real fast, just as fast as it came to arise. That 3 wide battle going to go away. Jeff Gluckner down on the pit lane. He's had late race troubles. Big issues for Gluckner. He's going to fall outside of the top 15. Now back behind pit wall, beating and banging on the machine late in the race. That's never a good sign. '61 of Chris Confer all over the tail end of the lead lap car. John McMillan Jr., that 61, all over the rear deck lid that time by, making their way off of turn number 4. He'll keep the bottom of the track, slide up just a little bit, and he looks to try to make his way by and get some spots on the track. Not a battle for position here, so gotta ask yourself, if you're that 15, how hard are you willing to run it right now? How much are you willing to risk it? As Upstate Al gave the race leader the high five. 5 laps to go this time by for Adam Pettit. Pettit has stepped away from the field. 7.5 second advantage over second place. Adam Pettit getting the job done, walking away, trying to maximize the points here tonight. Walked away with the pole position. Gonna have the most laps led here tonight as well. Looks like race win is gonna go in his back pocket as well. Race leader down the backstretch, nobody behind him. A handful of drivers off in the front. Gonna catch at least one of these back markers as he works his way off of turn 4 back to the stripe. 3 laps to go for your race leader, Pettit. David Cameron making a pass on Tommy Holt for the 11th position. And Gluckner with that late race trouble. He is done and out. They are pushing the 24 truck behind pit wall, so not going to repeat here tonight. He's going to finish outside of the top 20 in that 22nd position for the time being. Popsicle sticks on display. 2 laps to go for your race leader. Not very many battles. We'll take a look real quick at this one. That's not a real big battle. That is a back marker with John McMillan Jr. There you can see that 9 of David Medina Sr. He's slotted in about a second in front of your race of John McMillan Jr. right now. So that 15 gonna have to make up a lot on the white flag final lap as the leader crosses the line that time by Pettit. Back down into turn number 1. Nobody gonna mess this one up. Sunday drive for your race leader as he makes his way off of turn number 2 down the back stretch. Now just 2 corners remaining into turn 3 for the final time tonight. The 58 of Adam Pettit looks to make a clean sweep through the corner. Clean sweep on the points tonight. 58 gonna capture that flag. Back to this battle as it's gonna be hot and heavy. Medina just off of turn 4. There you can see the 9. He's gonna stay in front of John McMillan Jr. and David Medina gonna take the 3rd spot here tonight. Great run by Medina in that 9 and his entire crew coming to take that final podium position. And well, race fans, with another great race in the books already, we're going to get things set up and ready to go for your post-race interview. So as these drivers begin their cool down lap, we'll stick with it here for just a little bit of your smoke show. As your race winner, Adam Pettit, your pole sitter, gonna bring the truck to a stop, burn it down on the front stretch. Smoke show for the fans. Don't go anywhere, race fans. We'll be back with your post-race interviews right here from Atlanta Motor Speedway.
iRacing is a sim racing game that combines a true-to-life racing experience with an online community of virtual racers from all around the globe. iRacing offers a multitude of officially licensed cars and tracks, laser scanned with millimeter accuracy. Their car models and mechanical systems are based on real-world physics, engineered in cooperation with manufacturers and race teams. Their skill license system ranges from rookie to pro, ensuring members are always pitted against those with similar skill sets. Members are able to sign up for a weekly race series, compete in time trials, host a private race with friends, and participate in racing leagues created and run by the community. With over 170,000 members, iRacing works in partnership with renowned motorsports organizations like NASCAR to deliver virtual races based on the real-life NASCAR Cup Series, as well as many other series on the NASCAR ladder. iRacing also features team racing, providing a variety of options for members to create and manage their own teams. Race with friends or real-world teammates in full-length endurance events like the 24 Hours of Daytona, Spa 24, or the Bathurst 12 Hour. Additional partners include IMSA, World of Outlaws, Supercars, and IndyCar, allowing members to race in their very own Indianapolis 500, Bathurst 1000, Chili Bowl, and many more iconic events. This is iRacing, delivering the most authentic racing experience short of getting into a real race car. Sign up today at iRacing.com.
And back trackside at the conclusion of another great race here from Atlanta Motor Speedway. Why don't we jump right to it? Let's see if we can't grab a quick word with the driver that walked away in that third and final podium spot here tonight. Driver inside of the Toyota Tundra, David Medina Sr. It's Dave in the booth. Got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Hey, brother, how you feeling? How you doing after a solid podium finish here tonight?
I'm feeling pretty good. Didn't have the best qualifying time, but I was able to work our way through the cars and on the track and make our way up to the inside the top five and some good pit stops. Had a little bit of hiccups on the last one, but all in all, can't complain.
Well, now 2 races in the books. Next week, I believe we head to, where do we go next week? Dover. That's right, head to Dover next week. How you feeling about your chances at Dover after a solid run here tonight?
You know, I actually like the Dover track. I've done pretty well in the cups and in the trucks at that track, so looking forward to it. It's a good pace track, and I'm looking forward to getting on the track with these guys and running around there and see if we can pull off another top 5 finish, or even better, pull off a win.
Well, David, my man, again, congratulations on a great finish here tonight, walking away in third from Atlanta Motor Speedway. Before we let you go tonight, would you like to give any shout-outs, thank yous, love yous, thank anybody back at the shop?
Yeah, I want to thank Swift Motorsports first and foremost for putting this on, and thank you up there in the booth. I got to thank my wife too. I worked quite long hours, and she doesn't give me a hard time about coming in here and racing for a couple hours. So appreciate that, and yeah, appreciate what you do.
All right, my man. Well, again, we do appreciate those kind words and a great finish here tonight. We'll look forward to catching up with you a few more times throughout this season.
All right, take care.
There you have it. Final words from the driver walking away in third here tonight. That was the 9 of David Medina. On to the driver walking away in second here tonight. Solid finish, debut race for this driver. And how about that 20 of Michael Madden walking away with that second spot here tonight? Michael, it's Dave in the booth. Got a copy?
Yes, sir. How's it going, man?
I'm doing good. How about yourself? How you feeling after that one?
It was pretty eventful. I had a couple very sketchy moments there, but kept it on track and kept the car going and finished second. So it was a good night overall. Wish we could have got a caution there. Probably would have had something for the 58 there, but didn't work out that way.
That was going to bring me to my next question. With it being long green flag runs, how tough was it to really make up time or gain any spots?
Yeah, it was really tough, especially because, like I said, I had a couple couple accidents kind of happened, and then the lap cars kind of everybody on different pit strategy. So you just really had to stick to your own plan to keep everything clean, and then make sure your pit stops were you were clean in, clean out. And that's kind of where I really focused on. I really didn't think I was going to gain anything being like 5 to 6 seconds back. I had to get a caution, so I was just kind of happy to bring it home second with there's no caution, or just not not having any incidents tonight. So
Absolutely. Well, Michael, man, you made one heck of a debut race here, and correct me if I'm wrong on that, but I do believe tonight was the debut race for you and that 20 crew, walking away with a solid second place. So congratulations with that. And before we let you go, would you like to give any shout-outs, thank yous, love yous, thank anybody back at the shop or back home?
Oh yeah, I'd like to thank my girlfriend for tuning in, and my whole family watching tonight. It's they follow me wherever I go, and I appreciate their support. I'd like to shout out Elite 3 and Sparkle and Shine for coming on the car. They've been supporting me in my other league, and they just come on and support me in this one. So looking forward to it. Yes, it was my debut race, so good things to come this season. Hopefully win's not too far off.
All right. Well, again, congratulations on a solid run here tonight in second place. And we'll look forward to catching up with you a few more times throughout this season.
Yes, sir. Take care.
There you have it. Debut walks away in second, the 20 of Michael Madden. What a run him and his 20 crew had here today. And, well, that's going to bring us to the man that got the job done, sweeping the night here in Swift Motorsports Butt Kicker Performance Truck Series, walking away with almost every point imaginable out there. Adam Pettit, what a race win.
Thanks, Dave. Thanks.
Well, I don't know if there's, I mean, is there a point for the fastest lap? Because if there is, then you got that point too. I'm just saying.
I didn't feel like I was very fast. I just felt like I was consistent. That's just kind of my MO. I'm not typically the fastest driver out there, but I'll definitely take it when I can get it.
Well, Adam, you have a pretty decent little battle going on there between yourself and a few other truck drivers. At the end of the round of green flag pit stops, that kind of all went away. Is the consistency really getting on and off pit road? Is that what separated yourself and your 58 crew from the field here tonight?
Yeah. A lot of times I make mistakes on pit road, so this season I've really dedicated a lot of time to doing better and not getting those speeding penalties, but also not trying to give up too much time. And I think the hard work's looking like it's paying off so far.
Well, Adam, the hard work definitely paying off, walking away with a race win here in race number 2 of season number 3 for the Performance Motorsports Truck Series right here by Swift Motorsports. And, man, before we let you go, would you like to give any shout-outs, thank yous, love yous, thank anybody back home?
Yes, I would like to thank my wife, because as you called me out last week, I did not do that first. So thank you to my wife, Brooklyn. And I'd like to thank my teammates, Michael, Greg, and Sean. I think we all had top 10s tonight, so that's definitely good. And obviously you and Swift, the league, and everyone that's involved with this. Without it, I wouldn't be here able to win tonight. So definitely appreciate it.
Absolutely, man. Well, we hate to harp. We just try to make sure we keep everybody alive and well. We'll just leave it at that. Great job out there again, Adam, and we'll look forward to catching up with you throughout the rest of this season.
Awesome. Thank you, Dave.
There you go. There you have it. Race winner walks away with the checkered flag inside that 58 machine, Adam Pettit. Man, oh man, another great one in the books. We're going to roll the cords up and get ready to head to Las Vegas for tomorrow night's race here in Swift Motorsports. My goodness, but what a race we have had the past 2 nights here at Atlanta Motor Speedway. Drivers laying it all out on the line, getting the job done. Adam Pettit gets his race win. He'll slot himself into the chase. And it sounds like producers hitting those buttons, so you know what time it is. It's time to run down tonight's unofficial race results here in race number 2, season number 3 for Swift Motorsports Butt Kicker Performance Truck Series, walking away with the checkered flag, the 58 of Adam Pettit. Michael Madden going to finish in the second spot. Great debut race for him. The 9 of David Medina Sr. rounds out your podium spots. 15 of John McMillan Jr. slots home in fourth. Fifth place to Nathan Rogie. 6 goes to Kevin Haas. Greg Holnick brings that 18 home in seventh. 8th spot goes to the 5 of Lee Staples. Sean Kozer finishes in 9th. Rounding out your top 10, the 34 of Jeffrey Green. David Cameron going to bring his 10 home in the 11th spot. 12th place goes to Tommy Holt. Vadim Kosadoy walks away in 13th. 19th of Brian Jablonski. 15th, the 29 of Jeff Snyder. The 77 of John Peel overcoming early electrical issues. He'll walk away in 16th. 17th spot here tonight to John McMillan Sr. Rhett Tucker has trouble and finishes back in the 18th position. 19th tonight to Christopher Confer. John Herdzik rounds out your top 20. The 91 of Rob Green going to finish in 21st. 22nd goes to Stephen Ayers Jr. Last week's race winner with some trouble as well. The 24 of Jeff Gluckner going to finish in 23rd tonight. Colby Crow back in 24th. 25th in final position here tonight goes to the 86 of Alan Young. Big shout out and tip of the cap to race control here tonight. Justin Gannon, Gary Wells keeping all these drivers straight, although they didn't have much of a job to do with cleaning green flag racing all night long. All 115 laps here tonight were green flag laps, and well, that's pretty much going to do it for us here from Atlanta Motor Speedway. So with that being said, race fans, stay safe, stay loved, and until next time, we'll meet you in turn 3.